Hello. Recently, I've been part of a small group thinking through together what it means to be a Christian in the workplace. In what ways, if any, are Christians different to all of the others doing good work but who don't have a Christian faith? It's a very difficult question with complex answers. But the series on the fruit of the Spirit and the armour of God that we've been following on Sundays recently have both been helpful in thinking through the issues. Peter, in his first letter to the Christians scattered round the Mediterranean coast, picked up on some of the same themes that Paul had been writing about, and he gave a bit of context to his readers. Firstly, he says, we are strangers in the world. Although the world was made perfect, and we were placed in that perfect world with a role, we find that we no longer comfortably fit in the world as it is now. We've become strangers in the place that should have been home for us. Secondly, he says that there's an amazing future for us. He describes it as a priceless inheritance, so incomprehensible that even the prophets and the angels struggled to fully understand it. And that brings us to the verse that really caught my attention. Peter says, "So prepare your minds for action and exercise self-control." Peter is telling us that we have to be active and thoughtful in the way we live in this world. I often find it too easy to be passive in my thinking. I become thoughtless and laissez-faire in the way I live my day-to-day life. But Peter says it's not to be like this. There is no place for the Christian to drift through their day-to-day life. The King James Authorized Version says, "Gird up the loins of your mind." We have to roll up our sleeves and prepare for hard work. And as part of that, we need to be self-controlled, not distracted, not allowing other things to divert our attention. Peter reminds us that ultimately we need to put all our hope in the gracious salvation that will come to us when Jesus Christ is revealed to the world. Despite our efforts, despite all the work we put in, despite the thoughtfulness we demonstrate, ultimately our hope comes from something that's external and not dependent on the quality of our work. It's a gracious gift that we have been given, the gift that is so amazing that it puzzles the angels. So as I go back to the question of what it means to be a Christian in my workplace and daily activities, I'm only slightly closer to finding some of the answers. But I'm much clearer that in order to be the person that Christ wants me to be, I have to give it my full attention. I can't drift through each day taking it as it comes, but instead, each day, I need to have my mind prepared for action. Goodbye.